I'm a deacon, you should shut up when I'm speaking. If you talking, then I bet I get to tweaking.
Welcome, GFM Radio. We're going to do things a little bit different today. In the last 3 shows we started with prayers. Since prayer is so personal to the individual, I think I'm going to open up today with today's guest with a verse. So every time we come on, we're going to come on with a verse. And we're going to start things a little different. I got a little track I'm going to play as an intro track. Then I'm going to play the track or tracks that the artist is on. And then we're going to go from there. So let's kick this one off right and let's make this a good show. Because I got my questions, I got my saves, I got my little grin, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to go from there and just try to have a good one. Malik Yusef on tonight, y'all. Let's get it. Open your Bible. Basic instruction before the dinner. Just going to let this play while I fill in.
I say, open your Bible. I'm a deacon, you should shut up when I'm speaking.
God-fearing man, GFM, Gangster Radio. Malik on deck, Mr. Yusef himself. We gonna let the music play real quick, Malik. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna let the songs play real quick. Then we gonna go from there. All right.
Yeah, let him get that.
All right. Let him. Which one to give him? Mr. Block or Krib Up first?
I don't know. I'm like both of them for different reasons. Feel me?
I'm a Krib Up first. I'm gonna take him to the crib first.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get it. Krib Up. Hey, you have me doing my homework today, bro. Krib Up. West side. Let's. Let me see from above. Hey. I don't think they understand. Watch these scriptures right here.
The obvious get crucified. Life would be great if Brutus died instead of Julius Caesar. But I'm an unbeliever in the creed. This world shall be inherited by the meek. Rose of the sheep every day in the week. Sleep. Prepare for war. We ain't gonna be borrowed. We need ourselves for tomorrow. Preach. My kids perform if they had them a model. Gotta get them about your ensemble. If we lead them, they'll follow. Only touching moves and reach. It's a purge in the streets.
It don't matter who can digest it in the belly of the beast. We invite them in for foods who save needs. So
who gets stuck in the devil's teeth. So take it easy, I'm a ruthless. The top is my priority, but I'm gonna get there cool. This is what it is. That's to make me the truth, right?
The truth.
Oh, look at his blood. These are really mad. Krib up, Krib up, Krib up, Krib up. On a canvas sweater, hey. Through the ghost of the shadow, woo. On a dark, cloudy day, you can see the hell. And back. And see they as reflection in the tears of the shorties who fathers them in the jail. And back. He said, come to the crib. Nobody ain't real. The police kill Christ at least once, twice again. Though they say die for their sins, like a boss got down off the cross. They already got their hammers out, like they're trying to nail. And what is he plans on coming back for a second on Mother's Day? What dismay from those who thought they had the right to wrong us on this judgment day, and they finally see that the judge is male and black. And this mother Miriam sitting there whispering in his ear, wanting to do right here and saying he lied. It seems that mama was the drama. Now maybe she was drama war. And every time that they had no one to aim her trauma towards, I can't wait to hear Jesus say, I'm a Lord of the Lords. I'm a king of the kings. He didn't take my fight. Oh, America's glass houses, cruz and cast. First. We have reserved a heaven for the gangsters who passed on. You can't tell me that you can tell the robbers from robbies. When either way, I'm in the bank with my gloves and my mask. Krib up. What?
Yes. Yeah, we really went all the way.
I think we need to give them that second one though, because that's how we ended the album, right, bro?
Yes.
You're the last voice on purpose.
Oh man.
Well, spoken word would go before that. Before
yes,
that's more memory. Listen
yes.
to them. But I don't think they understand how you made them dance on that. What you hit me, you was just like, man, I got a hit. Nah, I got a hit. You was like, man, I got this line. Hey, little mama, how much would you throw me for some good? and I was like, ooh, I think Ascendo just made something within his first 10 beats that'll go good with that. And how that come?
Yeah. I mean, Ascendo, first of all, let people understand, Ascendo has ascended, though. You got a skater kid, school kid that's got a gift for the sound of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Every which way you twist it and cut it up, he can do it. And it's just coming out of him naturally. It's not by request. He just creating stuff that could fit anything that you're doing in life.
And he has.
It's really crazy.
Give them the hook, first verse hook of this, because they don't need to understand that they listen close. I left you on that reference on purpose because I wanted to. I needed to understand that is Malik Yusef.
I appreciate it too.
Let's
my life.
Then we go crazy on.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Hey, the mama, how much you throw me for some good? many portions of you a nigga would. Let me know if you could. Trying to stay away from all these things that I should. Believe it. Ooh, ooh. Hey. Struck with my tongue, got this do, don't try it. If I show up my secrets, I'm such a riot. Get back on this meat, girl, and off of that diet. You ain't gotta tell your man, but you do got to buy it. Ooh. Looking for some good, Ooh, we'll stop right there. Why are you doing like that?
Woo.
Before we start, though, I'm going to give you one more irony of the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Today is Friday the 13th, right?
I love this day.
So I switched it up a little bit, and then, so whichever date is on for the interview, that's where I'm going to pull the Bible verse from. So today, your verse is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13.
Ooh.
What's that? So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. But these greatest is the love. None greater than love.
None greater than love.
Love. And we're going to go from there. And introduce yourself, man. The legend himself, Malik Yusef, in this BI.
Man,
how you feel, bro?
Man, thanks, Lord. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on this project. This project is so crazy. And then the historical aspect of what this is for Chicago is like the heightened part of, like, when I did Great Chicago Fire years ago, brought a lot of people together. You did that times 10 with better music. I was tuned in, so I didn't know how to really do this.
What you in that? I'm finna F your head up a little bit. When that come out?
2003.
January 1st, 2003.
Oh wow, January 1st.
January 6th, 2023.
Wow.
So 20
wow.
to the date of the project, the Great Chicago Fire, a cold day in hell.
Wow.
Wow.
Come on now. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. So my name is Malik, which is the 13th letter. So this day is always special to me. The 13th of every month is always very special to me, but Friday the 13th is even more so.
Nasty.
Yes,
we hit it right on time. We hit it right on time.
Man, bro. It's
like that irony already, right?
Yeah. The album's so crazy though. Like, you know, like, of course, you know, you got a lot of famous people on there, but it's just that you ain't just do fame. You did real songs, bro. Like having a song with Shauna, that's still something I don't have. In my, I did a song on her album, but I've never. Well, I'm gonna have it on my next project though. Yeah, I did a song on her project. That's not the same as bringing her into my thing. You feel me? It's just like, you know, for me to see anybody from Chicago pushing forward like this in from a musical standpoint, I know how hard it is. You know how hard it is at the crib. You know how many people you got. Ops, you got different mobs that don't like the mob.
Yeah, I tried to make sure we bring us together though on the low. I kept it on the low, and I think you was the first one who knew I was complete. Outside of my girl, my son, and my mom, I think you were the first one to know it was complete. Because I mean, believe it or not, I'm coming back from idolization days with you, from, like I said, from the Mary Thatcher days.
Yes, sir.
From doing to come up there and really, I don't know, you got 8 of them now, right?
8 now, yeah.
You had like 3 or 4 of them then, but you were still.
I was at 3 then.
You were still talking to us. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I played my position in big ass room, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was just like, I rock with bro. At the end of the day, I was like, when I get my weight up, I'm coming straight for bro right there. So it's just like, with that said, I'm like, how many songs it even take you? How many dots you got to put up on the board to eat 8 of?
Yes. Yes. It's, I lost like 30 times. And that's out of like 8 Grammys out of like maybe 900 songs, close to 1,000 songs I've put out. About 1,000 songs, so 8 of them turned into Grammys.
Oh.
You know, no, not even true, because one of them I got 3 of the Grammys for one of the songs. So
So you don't count that as 3?
count that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like less than 8 of them hits. So like,
So what you got? What's that? 6,
that's
7?
like 7%. 7% of the songs you make may turn into a Grammy. It's a hard number, man.
You say 900 though. That's crazy.
1,000 songs. I'm close to 1,000. Yeah,
Close to
like
1,000
songs.
So
yeah.
your favorite one probably didn't even make it, huh?
Nah. And one time, I'll tell you something crazy. You gotta be understanding this too. One time I was in the same category with 2 different artists. I was in the same category with John Legend and Raheem Devon for Best Male R&B, and I had a song on both of their albums.
And lost?
And
Or won?
I won, but I had a 50% chance of winning. They each had a 25% chance of winning.
That's hard.
So I won. I think John Legend won. So I was gonna win with either run. It was like Trey Songz, maybe some August Alsina, and then John Legend and Raheem. And we kind of knew they had a big year, so they was gonna beat Trey Songz and August Alsina. So it was between them 2. So having to even go to the red carpet with your friends, you like gotta they competing with each other, and I'm with both of them. It's crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna stay out of that, but I'm rooting for both of y'all.
Yeah, because I'm gonna win either way it go.
That's hard. So with that said, which one would you call your favorite that you did win then?
Had to be for Sandcastles with Beyonce for R&B Album of the Year. I thought we was gonna get Album of the Year too. We should have got it, but you know, politics. But that's my favorite one, because that was like I had to fight for that one, because Kanye was like he hated it and all that, and I was like, man, G, you hate this song? He's like, I hate it, but it still wound up being on Beyonce album, and it wound up getting that. Yeah, walked through and got that Grammy. That was a big one for me, because that was like something that was like very sentimental, you know, very near to my heart. And plus my sister Beyonce, me being able to give her a song for her project was big for me. And you know, every time somebody asked me to be on a project, it's like when you asked me to be, I was honored. I kind of feel like you know, that you get that immediate like, man, me, like, you know, you feel like
wow, yeah, that elate,
yeah, you like, man, it's like, it's humbling. It's like, man, you want me on your project, you know?
Wow, thank you, type.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm just like sometimes feel a little bit unworthy, you know, like, you know, I was like, okay, and I wrote the song, and then you was like, man, put a poem on that, then you kept me on the hook. That's just, you know, it's like very emotional for me, because sometimes when you a giver, like you're a giver too. When you're a giver, you sometimes have trouble receiving.
That's true as hell. That's real. And I think because I got that giver spirit, that's why I was just like, I know he sent all of this as a reference, but I need history, like 100 years from now, 50 years from now. I would like them to hear him. You know what I'm saying? So like, I didn't have nothing to chop. I didn't have nothing to edit or none of that. Like, you may have sent it to me raw, but it was just like, you had one critique when that was the word smash.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
After that, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna leave it as is, because it's just like, truth be told, I'm outside looking in. I just began Michigan State when College Dropout came out.
Yes.
So when I'm listening to that album, I'm like, all right. So to circle back around, I'm like, all right, I gotta look at this like it's my first project. So I'm like, if Ye got him, I'm gonna need him. And that's how I looked at it. So approached you, it was with the utmost humility, the utmost humbleness, because it was just like, you the god of this already. You know what I'm saying? Like, if not your voice, your pen is on levels that to me are still immeasurable.
Man, thank you, brother.
I'm wondering how you got that way. Like how you get so cold in the studio like that. Like how you know, like how you know that like that.
You know, it's weird. I just was working with an artist here, young lady, and it's like, it's just electricity. It don't even, I used to think it was sound or vision. It's just, I just feel the electricity. And it's just, songs are trying to be born anyway, right? They trying to, thoughts are real. Thoughts are really creatures. Thoughts are living, breathing things. When you have a thought, that's like you have a good thought. It's coming from somewhere.
Right.
Right. We don't generate it from internally unless that's emotion that you generate internally.
Right.
Thoughts exist. They come to you. And if you let a negative thought land, they'll sit there and breed and eat and shit in your brain and produce more negativity. That's why you got to have a positive thoughts. So I'm in the studio. Rihanna said one time, she said, Malik can hear the ghosts coming through the walls. And I thought that was very interesting. And me and Tyler sat there and talked about it. It was, and Kanye, he didn't really talk about it.
Wait a minute. You just can't go past that profound ass sentence. Wait, I'm gonna let you get back to your story because I work with you and I happen to know what that could feel like. And I've been in the studio with you to absolutely know that Malik could hear the ghosts coming through the walls. So to know that Riri told you that, the legend Riri herself, that's just like you can't scoop past that like that. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, but me and Tyler talking about that, about like we, you know, the spirit, when in the church people say the spirit got a hold of them. You know, music play
right.
That comes with it. That spirit, that music is alive, it's vibrational. It's called cymatics, really. That's the name of it. And the cymatics of it takes shape and make you move parts of yourself. And I can hear it in the other realm. I can really feel it. Like my brain, your brain is wired to everything in the universe. It's wired to other brains, it's wired to satellites, it's wired to cell phones. So you can think about somebody and they call you. Those cell phones are cells. It's cells that get activated. So when I'm there in the studio, I'm feeling the vibration of the electricity that's coming to the studio. And the reason why I say it's coming to the studio, it's just like spirits come to churches, like, or to the mosque. You know, it's like going to church. In the studio, you expecting to feel a certain thing, which is music, or at least some talking. You're gonna feel some amplified sound.
That's gonna create a rhythm.
It's gonna talk to you in rhythm. It's gonna talk to you like this.
Right.
And it's gonna kind of say, but you're gonna feel it first, because Cosmos don't speak English. She don't speak Arabic. Speak frequency.
So how'd you get so deep on understanding the frequencies like that when we coming up in the system in Chicago where they try to label guys with those type of abilities, dyslexic, ADHD, or anything like that? Like, how did you navigate your way through that? Because I know a lot of the people that I know are the best songwriters or the schizophrenic per se with their pen. They like Alizé or something. They somebody done diagnosed them with something, and it's just like I don't know, because y'all those tend to be the ones that got it.
Yeah,
because y'all understand that frequency. So I'm asking, how did you transition from being told something that you're not belittling, so to speak, and then went over to the frequency, understanding the frequency to know that I know how to turn that into a hit record soon as
That's funny you say that. How did I got out their way. I got off their road. I just took back roads. I said, I ain't built for the highway. You telling me that the way these wheels is made on this truck ain't good for the highway? Let me go to the back roads where this shit count at.
Right.
So I came to this space where it count. Where me trying to sit in the office, I'll be on every medication known to man. If I was trying to sit in the office and figure shit out with all these sounds bouncing off through my bones and off my skull and shit, but on the back roads is where I work well at, because it matters. People are like, oh yeah, come on. People today they full-time job at you know, AIG or whatever, and whatever company, and talk about ghosts. But in here, you could be sitting with Rihanna and she say the word ghost and everybody is fine with
it. Right. It works. That's how I go, right?
Yes, sir. I got out their way, bro. I got out their motherfucking way, man.
That's hard. That's a good piece of advice, because a lot of time, you know, our parents, our mothers, our guardians, they still push us towards that system, so to speak. And a lot of times, see me, they push me towards, and I was just like, okay, I blended in and said, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of what you do, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. So if you know, a lot of my degrees are in music related fields, like up until my last degree, which is what creative writing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All the stuff I'm in behavioral sciences with a scope of paying attention to the music business. So it's just like that's how I sort of came up and merged the education. So you came up out south a time at a time when you got the Commons, you got the Yays, you got some dogs around you. So how you even know I'm gonna pick poetry, I'm gonna pick spoken word? Because I tell you, I'm finna try rap like these guys. Like look who they, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Look who they what they went and did. How you know I'm a spit the spoken word?
Well, it's something like when we talked about you being a genius, right? And you being able to go to Michigan State, and they want you to come there. Not you ain't begged them. You know, people trying to recruit you, right?
All right.
You knew that was the lane. So I knew that trying to learn how to rap and, you know, work NPCs and shit would be difficult for me based on my learning challenges that exist. But I said, what am I good at? That's why I tell everybody, just take what you got. If you got 4 colors of paint and a paintbrush, you're a painter now.
Use them.
You don't have to get more.
Use.
You don't have to get more paints yet. Do
That's
this.
hard.
This. That's why I said, okay, I'm good at these words and putting these visions together. People will feel something with these words.
That's hard.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take my little paint. You know what I'm saying? What they say, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
That's hard. That's hard.
Let it shine. I'm gonna get out the way of this little light. I'm not gonna wait for a torch or a bonfire. I'm not gonna wait for that. I'm gonna let.
So with that said, that perfect transition. Now, The Great Fire of Chicago came out 03.
Yeah.
College Dropout came out 04.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that had Ye on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what came first, goose or the egg?
Well, right. So I was working on that album, and I got a beat from Ye. And he was like, I heard doing your album, you kind of doing like rappers, you doing poetry, and you got singers and rappers. Who you gonna have on this beat? Well, that Wouldn't You Like to Ride song. I said, I'm gonna put Common on there. I'm gonna have my man AV sing. He's like, oh, Common, man, I always wanted to work with Common. Let me put his, like, oh, you rap like that? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, cool. Because, you know, I'm a very giving person. I'm an all-inclusive person. So I'm like, yeah, you put a verse on there, no problem.
So is that how it worked in return when it was time for him to do College Dropout?
When he tried to do College Dropout, he called me because I was already finishing up my album and trying to finish it up. And then he was like, man, if you take a break off your album and come work with me, because Rockefeller, you know, is really looking to push me to the top. And I was already cool with P. Crack and all them. Them was already my guys. You know what I'm saying? Especially P. Crack, that was my boy. His big brother, one of the goons I used to fuck with on the street. So I'm like, put bet. So I'll come out, got some money, come out to LA and work with you on this and get, you know, put the laser on it or whatever. And it was very intriguing because I started to learn production by just sitting next to Kanye every day. Like, this is that, turn this to that, turn it. I'm like, what's that? Okay, what these words mean? He's saying words like that. Explain that word to me. Okay. And then I was able to add and like, why don't you do it? If that works, then these the words, make the drums sound like this. And that's how I became a producer. No, I did say, Malik, you one of the best producers in the game. And I am, but because I had to learn, I had to sit there and learn and fail, you know, for hours a day, nigga, 10 hours a day doing the wrong beat. 10 hours a day, the wrong beat. And then tomorrow come back and have the drums all wrong. And then the next day come back, realize that the horns was too loud and there should be a guitar there. And I need to put a kick drum under that to support that.
Blue.
And that's a week. That's a week of doing it all wrong. For weeks. Yeah, but for weeks at a time. Every time we do an album, Kanye elevates and I got to catch up. So me running faster to catch up put me ahead of a lot of producers.
Okay.
And songwriting I kind of had already, but the producing helped the songwriting evolve too. You know, so that sometimes them tears you shed be just enough water to make them motherfucking flowers grow.
The right way. So is that how it worked in terms of, like, say you take something like crack music? That's production and writing, or that's the whole thing, the whole Malik, or that's the whole, you know what I'm saying?
The whole Malik, yeah.
How's something like that working?
Well, you know, when Kanye plays me stuff, he like, I got this idea. He usually says, I have an idea. And I'll be like, okay, let me listen to it. And I almost always say, because of my little autism, the drums, they drive me crazy if they're not right.
Mm.
So I'd be like, man, can you change the drums like this? They got to a point where now when he play me something, he just be like, the drums ain't right yet. Just listen to the song in context before I even say.
Yeah, preference you.
He's like, yo, before you even start that weird shit, nigga, that weird autistic kid
That's
shit,
crazy.
drums ain't where I want them to be yet, but listen to the song in its entirety.
That's crazy.
Yes. So it's like, just like saying, hey, change this, do this, move this. And then I want to be able to put my voice on it like the frame, like the paint on a car. Like, let's get the frame, the chassis built first. Let's get the structure built first, and then let's contour the body, then put the paint on last.
With you saying that, see, you leading the interview right along, because I've set you right up, right? So what you just said got me thinking of Sin City, right?
Mm.
How you the anchor.
Yeah.
You right in the middle, right? You come along with you are unwelcome to
Yeah.
yet the population still increases its density.
Yes, sir.
And that increases intensity.
Yes, sir.
Which increases the propensity to complicate our simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
No matter your ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
All for the sake of
publicity.
Come on now. In the city.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that one in there because that's my favorite. Although you closing out LSD, I think me hearing that and then the forcing, how you forcing us to go read, go understand what density is and propensity. Go understand some words and then come back and then listen. So the information in that from the words, that's why I say the words. See, when you get it with the rhyme, sometimes somebody there they critique the rhyme faster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Right.
Whereas you're talking to them.
That's a good
So that's why,
that's a good observation. You're right.
you know what I'm saying? But you talking to them. That's why you go listen. LSD, I purposely wanted to end it with you talking to them. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing else, you know what I'm saying? But I know you 5. I don't know if anybody else know you 5. I know you Muslim and got your Islamic thing. What's that like? Being
I mean, it's weird because, you know, being from the city, you know, everybody that's from the city, it's like when the city releases you into the world, you still have all these ties on you. So you're not really ever released into the world. You still have these ties on you in different places. You know, sometimes it's glued to you, sometimes it's nailed to you, sometimes it's stapled to you. Sometimes it's just tied real tight around your foot, but they all can pull a little string. Like, oh, I got Malik, you know, your homie's in the penitentiary. Oh, that's my man Malik, I can call him. Because that tethers them to you.
Right.
And when you're in the industry, people can't see that you still got, you know, your mob, your street nation with you. And you gotta rep them, and also you kind of gotta give to them a little bit of your success, your energy.
True.
They shielded you more than anything to make it there. You stayed alive. It wasn't like every member of the mob didn't love you.
That part.
But they are part of the mob that you kind of, now a bigger person, you kind of cover them. You kind of cover over a little bit.
Still gotta and still gotta walk that walk and hold that cross.
Walk, yes, sir. And in the end, they don't understand that. They running free because they've been artistic kids their whole life, some of them. You know, so it's crazy because what I feel sometimes, it's so weird that you're talking about this, because I mean, you know, by you being a Lord from the West Side and having that name,
that part,
that's a heavy thing.
That's a heavy cross.
Heavy cross, that gore, man. That's
a heavy cross. I like it though.
People that know their history a little bit about this demonstration, that's a heavy thing. But
the cross heavy is the head. That's your head can handle. You know what I'm saying? So
no question.
I think we both walk in that walk. With that being said, you led me right into it.
Man, tell us a story about being locked up with Mike Tyson.
Oh, man.
Curveball.
It's so weird because back in the days they had this they had these thing called dummies, and you guys understand, like, none of this. I always tell people, none of this hip hop, none of this dope culture, none of sports culture could exist without women.
Facts.
Particularly black and brown women.
Facts.
Particularly all women too, because you can't move around no towns without a companion that is a woman.
True.
Because she, everybody, because through her, even through her friend circle, her friend dated this dude is no good, don't mess with him. The women have all the information. They are the keepers of information. And when they love you, when a woman loves you, that is, man, that is like having a guardian angel. Her love will, just the energy, not just even the actions, but her love for you, the energy of it, will keep you
grounded.
So I had brought this thing called a dummy. They got these things called dummies with ID. So you buy a dummy, and you can buy as many as you want to. Maybe like 5 racks or whatever. So it'd be college kids. So if you look a little bit like a person, you look a little bit like a person, he might play football or, whatever, and they'll let you run through the dummies that look like you. And you'll buy a dummy, and that's your ID. So now you got a clean record. You're a college kid. It's about the same, about your age. You know what I'm saying? So I was like 19. So I had a dummy, but sometimes people be in the gang. They're not real gangsters. They're not real businessmen. They just hoodlums and thugs, just trying to scam. So what happened is they probably had sold the dummy to somebody else. He got popped on. They sold it to me again. Instead of going to get a new one, they paid the college kid, what, $100, $500, charge you $5,000. That's a big market. But sometimes people get a little bit more. They get greedy. You know that. So they tell me a dummy with a warrant. So the police pull me up. I'm proudly giving them my ID. They like, yeah, come with us, homie. Now, luckily, I had nothing on me at the time. So
soon as you gave it, though.
No, they ran it. They ran it.
Wow.
They ran the license and stuff. They like, now you got a warrant. I'm like, man, these marks sold me a dirty dummy, man. Like, they fucking up the game. So I'll go through IYC on the registration lick. At the same time, everybody's screaming about Mike Tyson coming in. So my lawyers, they like, yeah, you good. This ain't even you anyway. We gonna bond you out on this fool. You good. They'll never know who you really are.
Right, because Mike coming in. You straight.
Yeah, so Mike coming in, it's all the commotion. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm hearing niggas talking about, yeah, when Mike come, we gonna fuck him up. Yeah, I was like, that's stupid. Why would you try to fight a heavyweight champion of the world instead of linking up with him? Y'all crazy.
Wow.
So my lawyer is like, yeah, you got to come on, speed up. I said, no, don't bomb me out. Yeah, I want to stay until Mike get there. Now, this is before computers, you understand? This is all phone calls and fax machines and all that. So it takes a while for them to find out you ain't that person, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I
stay there until Mike come in, and everybody now know that I'm staying there to do that. So even everybody in the penitentiary, in the jail, I see it split into 2 parts. It's the drug offenses and then the sex offenses.
Right.
So you got to be able to catch a motherfucker on the other side of the house real quick. So I had the guards. I charmed all the guards and shit. Everybody fucking with me and shit. And I give him, I said, man. He's like, man, I said, man, my name ain't Terrence, man. My name Malik, man. I'm from Chicago, man. I'm a real person, bro. I'm like, look, man. These dudes talking about they want to fight you and all that. Don't even fight them. You can come in here. You a king in here, bro. You super dope. You safe. You secure. Make some of these guys your allies, and also keep in touch with me. When you come out, get in touch with me, because I got a lot of stuff in the streets in Chicago, and I'm plugged this whole area, like all the way up to here.
Oh, that's how that happened.
Mm-hmm. So it was only like a 2-day overlap, or literally like 30-something hour overlap. But we kicked it though. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So me and him And then and sure enough, when he came out, got up with me, and we've been tight ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Real ever since.
Ever since, y'all, years.
Himself. I see a lot of people don't know.
He loyal. I put some fat on his head about don't come here trying to beat up everybody. This ain't like TV where you go to jail and beat up everybody.
Because they own
every day. You can't fight 24/7. And these dudes, you're gonna get your face broke for nothing.
Because they gonna right. That's hard.
That tone and all. I'm like, y'all ain't gotta prove y'all tough. What for what?
That's hard.
Get
That's
I
hard.
got tips is important. In this whole
real legendary.
Yeah, crazy.
Now,
right?
You said up in there, you had the college kids, so that gives you to my next question. You say you 900 up, so I'm thinking if you 900 up, by the end of the year, you should be what, about at 1250?
Yeah, something like that.
And that's because of what? Go on, tell them about the Bad Kids Click, man. What's up with that Bad Kids Click? Like, how you get that type of squad together? Because I'm telling you, y'all over there trying to build something like you. What Teddy Riley do with the boys over in Virginia?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
You got something like that going on, and I'm always a fan of it, and I love it. But tell us more about the Bad Kids Club, man.
Yeah, man. I made it up doing, every year I should doing Grammys. I would do a writing session for people, charge them 10, 15 racks or whatever, come down and hang out with me for the Grammy weekend. Walk the carpet. Sometimes you walk the carpets, but you definitely come to the parties and shit. But the pandemic hit, and I couldn't do the writing camps. I usually do it 3 times a year: Grammys, ASCAP, and then BT weekend.
On location.
On location in LA.
Okay.
But then the pandemic slid up on us, so I couldn't do it. So I did the thing called streaming out loud, how to get streaming money. People be like, oh, that streaming money ain't nothing. That's not true. Because you streaming forever. You gotta understand, ever. So that's a whole nother thing. But when I was in Africa, I was like, you know what? During the pandemic, I had a big party in Africa, and I was like, you know what? I need to have a clique of writers that I can reach out to. We could talk every day, and Zoom had just started getting hot. So I was like, we're going to do the Bad Kids clique. We're going to be the Bad Kids. We're going to be cool. We're going to work together. We're going to make music for other artists. When they get the looking list from Universal, I'm signing Universal. They give me the looking list. I'm going to go in and motherfucking write the songs, send them the songs. That wasn't working because the labels wasn't getting behind putting albums out because it was the pandemic. So it was like crazy. So we just started making our own shit. And we going to start Bad Kids actual product. I got Bad Kids Radio starting February 2nd, which is the anniversary of Bad Kids, our 2nd year anniversary.
So you said you in Africa, you started it as a way, okay, I'm finna pay forward what I done within the music.
Yeah.
And when you got back from Africa, while you thinking you finna go ahead and just pay it forward and just put on a bunch of people, you wind up unveiling a whole nother blessing.
Whole nother blessing.
Because of COVID. And now you in this mob, not just only waiting for a call sheet from Universal, you in here doing what now?
Yeah, we making our own music and putting it out. Now we still giving people records like, check this out. If you don't like that record, you don't use it. We putting it out ourselves. You feel me? And
I said y'all over there on some Devontae Swain, Missy. I said that, didn't I? I didn't even know you phased into that. That's hard. You know what I'm saying?
He's exactly on that. And the crazy part is, bro, while you out, is 3 of the Bad Kids, 4 of them wound up coming and work on Donda. 3 of them made it onto Donda. It's crazy.
Straight like that, and the blessings overflow from there.
There.
Crazy, man. I mean, outside of that,
2 years,
man.
2 years old yet. You know what I'm saying?
We started sending it up in here. I thought somebody would have put some questions up in that question thing. Y'all got some questions for the legend, man? Like we just started chop their ass up. What we was just doing, you know what I'm saying? So y'all ask the legend, man. Malik Yusef is MF himself. Ask him some of these. I know y'all got some. I know I missed something.
Alizé in here, my baby, my protege.
Zay in this piece. There she go.
My protege, she cold. She a serious issue with that pen.
Ain't I tell her pen skits. She's skits.
Fully. She's a serious issue with that
2
device.
bar shorty. 2 bar shorty. Oh, she got it. It's a wrap. We gone.
Gone.
Like, well, what's up? Let's see what these questions are. Why I see anything, but now, let me go back. When you first did your poem on Krib Up, you said you didn't know you needed to write this.
Yep.
What that meant?
Well, it's like you have so much residual. We have so much residue. It's like when you smoking, right? Like
Right.
smoking right now.
Right.
You wind up having residue on your fingers and you don't really realize it.
Right.
But see, you got the wherewithal to wash your hands, whatever, before you eat, whatever you do. But when you're young and you survive and you're using different things as medicines, as healing modalities, basically, or coping modalities, you're using violence, you're using sex, you're using food, you're using drugs, and if you don't remember how to clean, you wind up wrecking some things. Like I said about women. Like women, one of the greatest blessings is for us to be able to have access to women that want us to have access to them.
That part.
So,
that's the greatest gift.
Greatest gift.
It's the greatest gift. That's why some of us go a little bit too far. R.I.P. to half sister in Chicago and everything. Some of us go too far, but that's the greatest gift women give and take away from us. And that's just merely sometimes that access. And that access ain't all the time. It ain't sexual at all. Especially when that man get the time to sit still. That access is that, she was making me better.
No question.
Oh, she was pushing me. Oh, she was, you know what I'm saying?
Come on. Come on.
Oh, she was getting me out of my comfort zone to go do what I gotta go do.
Spurring you to get up.
You feel?
Spurring you to move. Spurring you not to go to the club with your boys. He don't even like you. Jesus had Mary Magdalene. You gotta understand, Mary Magdalene was there to be like, dude was saying this. Yeah, he was saying that. He tried to get it. He tried to rub on my ass.
Watch them disciples, right? They own that. Hey, watch Bartholomew. He tripping. You know what I'm saying? Judas the one. You feel me? I don't think he get that word without a woman telling him, hey, watch.
Come on, man.
I don't think he get that word without that coattail woman. He don't get it. I don't think he do.
He don't.
Hold on, we got two questions.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What is the drawing law? You still got the same math? If so, we gonna draw this Musa Adar Rahman.
Yes, sir. Tell Musa, man, come on, Musa. You know you hit me, Mo. Let's go.
Come on now. That's it. But hold on.
Hit me on my hot tea, Mo. It's all good.
So then you said that lead me in the thing too. You said, because you weren't waiting on nobody was hitting you. A lot of them Grammys you went and got, right? So you said, I was the 4th person to actually reach out to you and ask for a feature. I just want the people who in here and who gonna hear this to really understand that bro got 900 songs that he done put on the board. 7 of them done won Grammys. 1 of them won 3 extras, so that's where the 8 come from. And only 4 people done asked for features. Do y'all get that now? Do y'all get that? Do y'all understand the Chicago grit and grind? I'm finna go get this shit, that tape. That's what I'm like. Like, what is like? How, Sway?
Right.
Like, how do you? Because a lot of times, a lot of people will sit still, especially where we from. We'll sit still, like, man, ain't nobody asking, so I guess I ain't hot.
Right.
How you still 900 up? Boom, boom, boom. I'm still finna keep going. How you do that, bro?
You know what it is, man? It's like you said, I needed to write that poem. I didn't know I needed to write that poem because it was cleaning some of the residue of survival. You know what I'm saying? I look back on myself. My daughter say, my 13-year-old, she asked me, she said, we was talking, some of the moles was with me, and I was with my little daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She said, Dad, they was talking about using a shootout? She said, did you win? I said, I wouldn't be here if I didn't win, baby.
It's a lot.
But at what cost, though? You know what I'm saying? Somebody either they didn't come home to their daughter, or they never had a daughter. You feel me? That's one.
Because we all out there taking risk.
Exactly.
That part.
No.
That part.
I look back on it, and it's embarrassing. Sometimes the way you survive is embarrassing. Sometimes the things you had to do to make it to tomorrow morning is embarrassing. Sometimes things you have to do to make it back to your bed that you got out of are embarrassing.
Embarrassing, yeah.
You know?
But the fact is, I gotta get home to my kids.
I gotta get home.
That's the whole thing of it all right there. With that said, how your son with the MMA joint?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Nasir is a monster on the MMA, but he only had one actual street fight in his life. I had, by the time he just made 20 on November 29th, by the time I was 19, I had 200, close to 300 fights.
So keep that in mind. From Chicago, I don't think my son ever had a fight.
Yeah.
Your son that fights MMA.
Yeah.
And only has had one fight.
Only had one fight.
Ain't that good fatherhood?
That's our job. You know?
That's our job right there. I'm starting to say, hey, don't judge me by the embarrassment things I've done, because I had to do some embarrassing things to get here. Judge me by kids, though.
No question. I love that. That's science right there.
You know what I'm saying?
That one. I love that.
You feel me? Look at them, and then to let me know if I did a good job. You heard? Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's my new thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful.
Huh?
That's powerful, Lord.
That's hard, right? That's hard. But it's like, no, it coming from, and the only people who gonna receive it are those who trying to be better fathers and better mothers. Notice I didn't say good. Just a quick word change, no such things.
Come on. Ain't no good and bad. Yeah. Come on, man.
You feel me? We going that way, you feel me? So it's like, hey, what you got next? Bad Kids Club, you got you. I know we got LSD. I know we got what? What's next?
Let's spend these last 5 minutes talking about LSD, bro. We gotta talk. They gotta understand the magnitude of this. You know, we grew up saying the word LSD. We grew up saying the word LSD, driving down LSD, which was always a privilege to do, because we come from where you didn't always have a car. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't always have a car, but when somebody lets you get their car, their keys, the first thing you did, it hit that thing north to south. Man.
All the way up, all the way up
is, and you gonna learn what that Bryn Mawr turn is real quick.
Yes, sir.
If you hit Bryn Mawr, you're gonna have to go all the way around.
All the way around, exactly. Yeah. All the way down Sheridan now. Yeah.
You feel me? LSD, but that's what I'm glad you brought it up, because that's the book. If you listen to the album, I got Benny Lee and George Daniels' little skits, because their interviews was over 30 minutes. If it's on Amazon, if I was to put that on the album, that would have put us over an hour and a half. Wow. So I was like, that forced me, when I'm thinking I'm doing the album, that forced me to not only make a product in Amazon that for them. So I made it an audio book and an actual book. Wow. And that forced me to come up to make all our lyrics a book. That comes from my weekend.
Wow.
So I had a thick book of everybody's lyrics, each song. Why? Because when you run from where we from,
yes, sir,
you know what is. And if you was in them streets, you know what a Lord, a stone, and a disciple is. So I just wanted to make sure that we put it together in that term. So I didn't want to feature. See, understand how it came about. Like 2020, a COVID happened, right?
Right.
2020 is when Ascendo graduated. So they didn't get a graduation. They didn't get a graduation. So me being the parent I am, I said, we not going. I said, you pick all the skate parks you want to go to in America. We're going to hit them. And while we going to them skate parks, celebrating what he doing, we started doing this album. So this album turned into my son's graduation present. So his first 17 beats being a graduate of the year 2020. Wow. The LSD album. So having done music for 20-some years up until that point, and to me, not having done what I wanted to do in it, I said, what can I do? What can I do? I got to set my son up if I go right now. If I go right now, how can I set my son up? I said, plug. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. 55 features later.
Come on.
To show you how God works.
Nick them up. Feel me?
55 features later, we got Lord, Stones, and Disciples. And it came out 20 years from your interpolation, from your rendition to do the same thing. How about that?
Come on, man. Please.
If that's not God.
Come on, man. Come on. God and everything. God is all things. Don't ever try to separate God. Even in your foolishness, God is there.
He's still there. Because I'm still battling. I'm still going through my peaks of the mountain in my relationship with God. But I'm a God-fearing man.
No question.
So that's why I GFM, because I can get gangster too.
Nope.
So it's you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta be lords to get gangster. We understand.
Okay.
I mean, we gotta be
He needs to get gangster. Yeah. I was a gangster stone when I was a shorty. That's what we caught. Put a kibosh on it and just brought it back recently under the CSA Act. Just like, man, stop being, ain't be a gangster on Malik, and I was gangster on this, gangster on that.
Trying to be better. Hey, I don't know what good or bad. God don't make nothing good or bad.
Nowhere.
So, but I know we could get better. So when we rolling like that, it's just like, bro, we independent. You know we independent. So it's just like,
I'm proud to be it though.
Not only proud to be it, but that's I'm you know, because it ain't no, when you're on the stairs, it's a love-hate relationship with the stairs.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because even though we got 55 of Chicago greatest, we still got to go through the process to make sure people everywhere hit his album.
Yes, sir. And imagine this right here. I plug with a lot of little youngers in the industry, got their deals and blah, blah, blah. They get their budget. They get signed. They get their budget. They drop a project. Nobody knew they dropped that part. You feel me? That's worse. That's 10,000 worse than from your own destiny, because they not in control of none of it.
You're not gonna recoup, and you're in the hole. No chance.
And
that part.
It's all bad because you're not in control of it. You can't even get it and push it yourself.
But that's what we do. That's what we do.
And that freedom is worth it.
And that's what, and that freedom, and especially, I don't know if you peep, but Spotify didn't put the album up. Remember, they didn't put the album up. So when I talked to the reps and he told me that, I said, cool, I'm gonna push it the next year. So now out, that sort of turned on that extra part of me to just say, oh, y'all trying to hurt us? Nah, we finna make sure we pump this album the rest of the year. Why? I know it's a Grammy Award winner on this album.
This great. If not the whole album, it's definitely some singles on there.
There's some singles on there. And I know you said from the jump, Mr. Block, your single. I said, I know. However, if they don't know, I'm not finna spend, nobody should have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to get Cold Hard and A-Rab to Mexico, because we gotta shoot it in Mexico somewhere. We ain't gotta do, you know what I'm saying? We got to. And you gotta be there too. So that's 5 people already. And then
count everyone bringing a nice nurturer with them,
No,
that's 10 people. So we got 10 people that I had to get somewhere near Mexico just to do that video. And when we do that, we at least need the eyes. We at least need y'all ears so we can do that at the maximum level.
yes, sir.
Because who just want to shoot a video with their phone when you got Shauna?
Right.
Who want to do that?
You got
We
a
need
whole
makeup. We need penthouse. We need red carpet, blue carpet, whichever one she needs. You know what I'm saying? We can figure her like weed is here. You know what I'm saying? So
question.
knowing that, I'm hoping throughout this process, I'm praying, not hoping, I got the faith that throughout this process, them videos gonna start dropping. And why I know that specifically on Mr. Block, it's already in my head. From the time you told me it's the single, I've been building it.
That sounds crazy.
So now what's the tough? What's different to everybody else? Now what's the difficulty? God give you that vision. You got it in your hand. Now we need the equation of time. You know what I'm saying? Once the time comes, now you go out. Now we as humans gotta fight ourselves to not get impatient, frustrated, and angry with God's process.
No question.
Until time get added on.
No question.
Because how many people know what they just heard? We did this 2 years ago when COVID started.
In the COVID. We was inside COVID. We was inside of it.
We did this album during COVID. So we got to come out of this with an attitude of let's show the world. And I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I like, bro, I like along this process, I can't say you are one of the individuals that I've grown to love. Not only just from an artistic point of view, but from a personal point of view. You know what I'm saying? So I salute you.
Same way. Same way. I'm always so proud of you. You make it look so easy. You be so nonchalant with it. Your art is so beautiful. You're such a beautiful person. You take care of everybody around you. You know, just like me. And one thing I appreciate, I see so much of myself reflected in you. How we treat people, how we uplift people, how we take chances on people. You know, and it sometimes it don't pay back.
It don't, but we gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep going though.
Now, let's hit the last bit of science. You know what I think that is?
What's that?
I'm a Leo, you Aries. Them fire signs.
Fire.
I'm a Leo who know myself, so I always start a fire. And you Aries know yourself, so you'll always know how to start a fire. Some people don't know or believe in it, but I just believe that it's all God, as we all stars.
No question.
All God. So I think once we get them fires together, how we did them tracks of that fire, now track 3. Why? Track 3 is to let everybody know, yeah, it's going to be one of those albums. Yeah. This ain't another shit. This one of them albums. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
And last track, like I said, I had to say, it got a lot. I don't think you got 8 Grammys because of the talent. No, because if it was the talent, you would have more.
Yes.
You feel?
That's true.
So me looking at it, I'm like, nah, look what he just did with Mr. Block and Krib Up. Nah, he just gave me the anchor track to let everybody know it's gonna go ahead and change phases, and then end it with that spoken word. So that's how it goes. So I appreciate your time. We ain't got no questions. I don't know what's going on. We've been on this thing for an hour. Look how that go right there.
Yes, sir. But hey, time. Look, man, time is relative, but time is relative to the task, right? To the task. If you say you got 2 minutes to say goodbye to your girlfriend before you got to go off on a trip for a year, that ain't enough time. If you got to put your hand on a fire for 2 minutes, that's way too long.
That's way too long.
That's way too long. So it's relative to the task, or relative to the task at hand, or the event.
That's
so beautiful event that I love to be able to holler at you and have everybody come out. Thank all y'all for coming in, man.
Thank y'all, yo. Salute to everybody who was in here.
All my bad kids came through. Super excited about that, because the bad kids, everybody in there is a beast, bro. You gotta come in there. Everybody in there.
It's different.
We got some problems at camp, bro. Rappers, producers, lyricists, songwriters. It's a problem in there.
It's a whole problem. You say I got to get who in that camp?
You gotta come bring a Sendo to that camp, bro.
I got you. Say less, cause that's the second time. You ain't getting the 3.
Right.
You ain't getting the 3.
Oh,
You ain't getting the 3.
man.
But outside of that, man, we good. I thank you, brother. I know I'm gonna see you.
Yes, sir.
I see you in the studio. You know, don't nobody know where I'm at, and we go keep it that way.
No question. No question. No question.
But I love you, bro, and I'm gonna see you soon, and we go from there. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, beloved.
Love.
Talk to you a lot. Hey, y'all, go check out this. I mean, no matter what you do before this weekend is over, pick up that LSD, baby. It is fire.
That's so Sendo. He different. He different.
He is, different. Bro. He. Well, I took skating with Stevie Williams. You know, that was his idol. I said, oh, that's my brother. He out there skating with Stevie Williams. I see how he just moved right to it.
Tell him about that.
He moved right into it.
That's personal. We gonna go personal before we leave, y'all. Keep y'all whoever here for a little bit. I said, man, my son skate. He said, yeah, your son skate. Man, Stevie, my boy. I said, what that mean? He was like, I'm finna call him up here. You finna meet Stevie. Make sure you get up here. I said, yeah, never. 2 hours later, my son was meeting Stevie. And guess what? Let me show you how that worked. The science again, we end on this note. They had the same birthdays, y'all.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
December 17th, y'all.
Stevie Williams, man, Dirty Ghetto Kid. He started Dirty Ghetto Kid. Took one of the first black people to have a deal with Reebok. Now he got an off-white deal. He finna put out product this year. Peace be upon him. Rest in peace, Virgil.
Rest in peace, Virgil. RP. And we go from there. Yeah. Salute, bro. Love. Amen.
Man. Thank y'all for coming in. Bad kids in this bitch. LSD. Go draw.
Go
absorb.
That's it, y'all. Let's go get that shit. Let's get
that whole thing. Right.
Love, broski.
Mighty.
That's how I go, y'all. LSD, that's episode 4. Go on, check it out. Thank everybody for coming. The next episode, that's tomorrow. Let me see. I'm going to give y'all who we got, and then I'm going to get up off this thing. Tomorrow we have, and that's Malik. That's my guy. Tomorrow we got, what's tomorrow, y'all? What's that? That's the 3rd, the 14th. Tomorrow we got Jay Hollow, who on Unnasty, and we got Philip Martell himself. Let's get it. GFM, God-fearing man. Remember the verse of the day, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13. Love.